Alright, so I just recorded nothing because I didn't click the record button. Um, but I was trying to show something, and I'm going to do it again because that's the whole point. So, a couple things to note. One, the caveat with the cancel is you have to jump into it. If you run into a climb climbable ledge that is within standing distance, you can't press shift to cancel the animation. See, I'm pressing shift and doesn't do anything. If you jump into the climb, then you can cancel it, and you can repeatedly cancel it as long as Harry doesn't touch the floor. Um, but one thing that I did yesterday was I got into the wall a little bit over here, and I'm going to show you what my theory as to why I got into the wall. And I thought originally it was because of Ron, and it was a very real possibility because they do force you down. But then I also got a grab where I wasn't inside. Or I also got a grab where I climbed on top of Hermione's head because she was in the way, so that's kind of cool. But besides that, it turns out that it had nothing to do with the other characters, which is nice, but it also kind of ruins what causes the collision, or what causes the lack of collision for me, because that means that there's less of a chance, in my opinion, to actually clip. So basically, if you get into a ledge grab and you cancel it, you can repeatedly do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Basically, as long as you have room to grab ledges. And when I say room, I mean because if unless you're at a perfect straight angle where Harry isn't moving, which is kind of tough to get, as you can see, I'm still slightly sliding, even though Harry's animation isn't moving at all. I'm holding forward right now. If I do this with a grab and keep doing it you basically want to time it with Harry's shoulder height, I believe. If you hit shift, you can do it essentially infinitely as long as you have a ledge to do it on. And he'll move over to the right or whatever angle you're at. So as you can see, we're going to start with Harry's head dead center, and he's not moving. I'm going to change the angle just enough so he starts sliding, and you can see that I've now moved almost a head's worth over. You can continuously do that, like I was saying, which I think is the reason why over here with this grab, because it's at a slight enough angle. I like that animation. I wish it would do more. um, because it's at a slight enough angle, Harry gets off and then gets back on, and the grab puts Harry's right arm outside of the actual collision of the crate. So when he goes to climb into it, he's basically his shoulder or his collision is actually running into the bottom of the top of the window. So if I continuously were to do that, oh hey Ron, stay there. No, no. Yes, do that. Right there. No. Alright. See if I can get the thing that I got with Hermione yesterday. Anyways, but yeah. So basically just at shoulder height, and you have to get the jump into it. If you don't get a jump, it won't work. Oh, I got slid off. Huh, that was weird. There you go. But then as soon as I go for another grab here, it pulls you out of the window. So I just wanted to show off kind of like the way it works and how it seems to be affecting, I guess, how Harry meets with the collision of the ledge grab. I don't know, or his surroundings when he's in the ledge grab. Because if we can shove that arm through anything that would relatively be thin enough, potentially we might get popped out on the other side. which is why the window looks so promising. Because if you can just run to the end, then you're good of the train, which would save a good amount of time at the beginning. It's like 2 minutes probably, give or take. Just depends though, and honestly, I don't think it's going to be a possibility for at least this section. But if we can get through maybe a door or something, that'd be great. So I'm going to try some other stuff soon enough, and hopefully we can have this game fully broken.